Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about the training plan that we chose for our Vermont Grand Fondo next year, June of 2020. Just a little disclosure before I move on. I have Training Peaks account that I purchased with my own money. In fact, many of the products that I mention today or any of the videos that I do are purchased with my own money. So full disclosure aside, let's get started. Today I did strength and conditioning. These workouts are actually going to be similar to next week's. I just wanted to try them out to see how long it would take for me to complete them to better gauge how much time to set aside during the work week for these workouts. I did squats with a 10-pound dumbbell, single leg squats, kind of like pistol squats, but I didn't go down that low since it is my first time doing this type of workout. I also did Bulgarian squats with a 10-pound dumbbell, bench press with a total of 20 pounds, 10 pounds in each hand. The bench press was done on a Basu ball because I don't have a bench downstairs. Tricep kickbacks with a 5-pound dumbbell, bent over rows with a 10-pound dumbbell in each hand, mountain climbers for a total of 12 reps. I could have done more, but I stuck with the plan. Reverse crunches and plank holds for 40 seconds. These were done with a few seconds rest in between and 50 seconds rest after completing the round for 3 rounds. After that, I changed into my bike shorts and hopped on the bike for an hour, doing a zone 2 with some zone 4 sprinkled in. So let me get back to the topic of training plans. I've alluded in the past about how I began my fitness journey by running first. I trained for the North Face Endurance Challenge 10K trail race in Bear Mountain, New York this past May. And the first time I started running, I wanted to go as fast as I can. All my runs were faster than it should be, and that was a typical beginner mistake. Instead, I should have been running nice and slow to build that aerobic capacity and endurance. Anyway, I came across this book by Richard Diaz called My Best Race. In that book was when I learned about heart rate-based training. So I had to scale back my paces significantly to be at the target low heart rate. Fast forward to today, and now I've taken up cycling, training for this Fondo that has over 7,000 feet of gain. I still think heart rate is a valuable data to determine and avoid overtraining or overstressing the body, but I don't want to train by heart rate for this Fondo, and that's why I decided to follow this training plan. If you've ever heard of Training Peaks before, or if you've never heard of Training Peaks before, I suggest you check them out. I will link the URL in the description below. I signed up for Training Peaks because watching different YouTube channels, content around cycling, many mention Training Peaks or Trainer Road as options to use for training. So with Training Peaks, you can actually find a coach or find a training plan. The training plans can be narrowed down to the event that you're doing. I didn't find a coach. I decided to go with a training plan that is developed by a coach. I further narrowed it down to how many weeks until that event and how many hours per week I'd want to spend training. So the training plan we decided to use is by Phil Mosley, and it's the Beginner Century Grand Fondo Masters. It's a 24-week plan, and our event is less than 27 weeks away in June of 2020 next year. We went with the 24-week plan to add as a buffer in case we get sick or injured, I hope not, or just lack of time. And we opted for the master's plan because, let's face it, juggling demanding full-time jobs and setting aside over 10 hours of training is just not going to work for us. We already go to bed at 6:30 in the evening and wake up at 3, and so fitting in the training time is just very challenging at the moment. I am excited to announce that we will be starting a series following our journey through using this plan, and we'll do a weekly recap after each week. So if you are watching this, what plan are you currently following? Or if you're not following a plan, what are you training for? I'd be interested to hear your answers out there down in the comments below. So until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas or holiday and a Happy New Year. Bye.